Everywhere I go, people always ask me, what is a flat list? And I say, well, a flat list looks like this. And then they always ask, how do I code it? Let me show you. First off, we need some actual data to show. And for our example, we will use animals. This will have to be an array like this, and it's an array containing objects. And our objects is animals. Each animal will take an ID, which is just a number, and the name of the animal. We have a shark. So let me just make these and fast forward so you are not so bored. So now we have a little zoo, and let us update our code to show the actual flat list. We'll start by creating another flat list, and we will remember to import it at the top. So let's see, it didn't do it. That status bar we don't need anymore. So a flat list takes two required props. One prop is the data, and this is the actual data we want to show. And for our example, it's our animals. So let us pop those in there. And the next one is render item. And render item will take a prop as an argument. And we will create this prop in a moment, and we will name it one animal. Because that's what it actually is. So let's create this one prop, one animal. We name it one animal, and this will take actual item in. And for now we just want to show it. So we take the text and let us show the name. Item.name. And save it. Boom, we have them there. Let me just move this into a safe area view so we can actually see that a little better. Again, remember to import it at the top. We probably need view at some point. Let's just remove this and save. And wow, we can see it. So if we want a headline for our animals, we can do that by using another prop, and that is called list header component. And this will take another prop. You can make another prop for it, or you can just show it in here if you want to, and just say animals. And you have it up here. But I actually want to make it up to another prop because I think you have a better overview of your code when you do it. So let us make this component. Let's call it header component. And it will just be an arrow function. And let us just copy this and let's return it. Oops, sorry. Animals. Yep. And we can just reference that in here. And it didn't work. Oh. Just refreshed and it worked. Another thing you might want is if your list is empty, you can call the list empty component. And what do you want to show then? For now, we just, or for this, example, we just want to show text and say, this is a very flat list. When we save it, of course, nothing happens. But if we take and comment this out, so we have an actual empty list. This is a very flat list. Indeed it is. Let's comment this again. Now, if in your array the primary key is not ID, but it was whatever, you could tell React to look for the whatever key instead of the default ID as a primary key, and use that by using the key extractor. And this will say animals, and then look for animals and then whatever. And if we save it, well, nothing happens because it looks for whatever, so everything works as it should. But we will use ID, so let us just change this back again. There we go. So if you want that each of our animals or our items should be separated, we can use that by using the iSeparator component, and we will make a component from that in a moment. We can call it item separator. We put it up here, and just for like our header component, this will also just return a view, not animals. A view with some styling. We haven't created this, but we will do that in a moment. Styles, and let us call that separator. So if I can spell separator, yes. Put it down here after container, which we don't need. So let's just remove those. We can give this a height, let's say 1, a width 400%, and a background color. Let's make this a dark one. Save it, and we cannot find variable item separator. Probably just a refresh again. There we go. Now they are all separated. Now will be a good time to also mention that if you need to separate your list by several headlines, you might be looking for section list. For now, I hear somebody say that, dude, this look hella ugly. Alright, you hurt my feelings a bit. Let's style it. So let us prettify this blogger up. We can start off by saying list header component style to style the actual wrapper around our header component, like this one. So we will create a style for that. Are we there? We are not. We go into our styles sheet and we call that list header. So copy this, put it down here, and let's have a height on 55. And I want this to be in the middle, so line items is center, and justified content is center. And now if we save, here we go, in the middle. Now if we look at the first example, this one, we can see that our headline should be big, black and bold, just like my sorry about that. Let's style the headline. So let's give this a style. Go into style sheets and we will call it list headline. Let's put it underneath our header, just so it's organized. And I want a dark color. this to be like font size bigger, and it should be a bold. There we go. If you go back to our example, we can see we have some avatars for our animals, and this one is in our asset folder and avatars, and I have all the images here. The code is also on GitHub, and I will link to it so you can get it all if you want to. But we need to update our array of animal, and I've just copy pasted it. Yes. Now here I have a required. It's probably not the best solution, but it works for our case, and it's static images, like you will probably never use it like this anyways. So let's update our code so our animals will be shown. So we want to update one animal. So let's start by grabbing this in a view. If I can spell view. And this will contain our item. So let's call this style for item. Styles item. And in here we need our avatar, which will also be a view, and style this as the avatar container. And in our avatar container we will have the image for the actual avatar. So there will be an image, and the style will be styles dot avatar. Now if we want to find this image, we'll go into the item and find the image property. So let's go to source, item, and image. And for the text, we also need a style for that. And that will be styles and call it name. Now I have cheated a bit. Let's remove that. And copy pasted my code. I've been writing it myself, but I don't want to write it all, so goddamn, I didn't. Correction. Now I've copied my CSS code, and I will place it in here. Yep, and it looks like this. You can pause the screen and take it all if you want to, or again go to the GitHub page. Now let's save it and cross our finger that everything is working. Save. Can't find variable image because we forgot to import it at the top. Image, save, run, go. I have done a error with the source, and the reason is I'm not coding for web source. There we go. So this is our FlatList. Beautiful.